All right, so what's the play today on Nasdaq? So similar to basically what I've been looking at all week is to reiterate after creating this daily high over here, we then broke structure at the lows down here, and then we've now come back into that daily area of supply, and then we're just looking to see, do we continue this bearish order flow on the 4 hour? You can see that we grabbed internal liquidity over here, over there. Then we broke another 4 hour low over here. And then yesterday, what happened is we finally grabbed this 4 hour high inside of this bearish 4 hour fair value gap. And then, so for me, what I'm looking at is, do we then break this 4 hour low and then continue pushing down lower? You can see the 4 hour low is marked out down there. It's the bottom line right there. And that is kind of what I'm thinking is the most likely thing, because we've also come back now into premium of this 4 hour leg. So that's kind of what my basis will be, is that I'm expecting us to come lower today and tomorrow. However, I wouldn't be completely surprised still if we end up pushing higher, because this is not exactly the most protected high I've ever seen. There's a lot of kind of basically a bunch of highs. So it wouldn't surprise me if we end up taking those first before eventually making our way lower. So I do have a slight bearish bias coming into this. Looking at the 1 hour, you can see after Asia into London session, we came higher, grabbing the Asia high into this 1 hour fair value and then push lower. So that would have been a really good move if you were trading London session. But as far as New York goes, because I'm kind of, whilst I am leaning bearish, it's not the strongest bias in the world either way. As far as New York goes, two things I'm looking at. We have previous day high and previous day low marked out. And then we have another low here, which is where the 4 hour low was. I'm just basically going to see, do we make a run on any of these levels and then just completely reject them? So if we make a run to the previous day low, reject the low, we can then get into a long position. Basically, same thing. If we take out the previous day high or the London high and we reject that level, then I'll look for short positions from this specific situation here. If we just move one way from where we are and we just keep going that way, then there's nothing that I'll be able to trade. The only trade will be if we take a level and then reject it, and then I can get into the opposite direction. Basically, the exact same thing on ES, pretty much a copy as what you saw on Nasdaq. We've come back into this 4 hour supply, into this 4 hour fair value, and after grabbing internal liquidity, I would expect lower pricing and possibly a run on this 4 hour low. But as I said, still wary of the fact that a run higher is not off the table due to the fact that this high is not very strong. But essentially, as I said, all I'm looking for is, once we get a run on either side of this range, if we reject the level, then I can get in. And if we don't, then today the basis will just be stay out of the market, because it's too late to get into a further short position from where we are right now, because the move has already ran. So only thing I'm looking at will be a run on previous day high or previous day low, and then a reversal if it comes.